y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you like skincare, makeup, beauty, or self-care in general, then welcome. However, if you don't want to hear other people's opinions, or if an occasional curse word offends you, you should exit now. Okie dokie. Today I want to talk about sunscreen. Now, me being an older lady, and also very pale, fair, Crisco complected, sunscreen is important, as there's also a history of skincare in my family. Skin cancer, oh my lord, in my family. Now, I'm going to go over 3 that I've actually finished, and tell you the pros and cons and what the active sunscreens are in each. Now, I have sensitive skin. Most people would say, oh, you should use a mineral sunscreen. So let me just put this out now. I hate mineral sunscreens. I really do not enjoy them. They don't play well with my skincare. They don't play well with my foundation. I find it very frustrating to use a mineral sunscreen. And I've tried a lot. I'm not going to get into all of them, and one day I am going to make a video of every single sunscreen I've tried in the last year. It would blow your mind. Anywho, the first one that I'm going to talk about today is, hold on, let me find my little card, is an actual physical or mineral sunscreen. It is the Skin&Lab Barrierderm Daily Sunscreen. And this is what the bottle looks like. I'm going to get this up close so you can see it. Now, out of all the mineral sunscreens I've tried, this is among the top 2 or 3. It did not irritate my skin, did not burn my skin, worked pretty much okay with everything, though some serums it didn't work with. And it was overall an enjoyable experience. It also has no scent that I could detect. But I'm going to go over this one. I'm going to go over the active filters, and you're going to know what they are. It's zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Now, there are some additional items in the sunscreen that are just little bonuses. I mean, when I go for a sunscreen, I'm looking for protection. But if it has some, extra benefits, that's always good as well. So included in this, we have 4 skin-identical ingredients that are amino acids. We have serine, arginine, glycine, and histidine. Most of these are either water-binding, moisturizing, or humectants. Are very hydrating, okay? So those are 4 bonus amino acids in this sunscreen. It also has lecithin, which is also an emollient, or it binds water. It also has, and this is from the licorice root, but it is dipotassium glycyrrhizate. It is also soothing, a moisturizer, and a humectant. So this overall worked pretty good for me. I don't hate it, but what I can tell you is that I've only been able to get this off Yes Style, and it's usually a 30 to 60 day wait to get it. So it's not that easy to get, but if you're looking for a mineral sunscreen that's not going to irritate sensitive skin, I like this one. And it is an SPF 50 plus, PA plus 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 plus. Now, like I said before, I don't particularly care for mineral sunscreens. There are some exceptions, but most of them are chemical, and people find that surprising because I have sensitive skin. Well, don't chemical sunscreens irritate you? Yes, but so do mineral. Honestly, it is. I found that almost over 90% of every sunscreen made or sold in the U.S. contain one of 4 separate blockers, filters that irritate my skin, and they're in almost everything. And so I have yet to find an SPF sunscreen that works here in the States. So I am going to go next to another Skin&Lab sunscreen, and this is a chemical sunscreen, and it's the Skin&Lab Free-C Sun Lotion, and it looks like this. I do have the front there, yeah. Let me get it tilted there. There we go. Now this also worked fairly well. It did not peel. It did not give me any issues. Most chemical sunscreens don't. But this, again, anything from Skin&Lab for some reason just takes at least a month to get when you order it from YesStyle. And I don't know why. It's probably just not in demand or it's sold out everywhere. I'm not sure. But if you're wanting this either, it's a long wait. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the filters that this sunscreen uses. And again, this is also an SPF 50 plus PA plus 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 plus. So we have homosalate, octosalate, uvanol T150, avobenzone, and tinosorb S. Now this sunscreen also has a few additional goodies for skin. It has turmeric root extract. It's anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant, it's soothing. You also have purslane extract, which is also an antioxidant known for soothing. You have Centella asiatica extract, also soothing, and if you've seen anything on my channel, you know I love me some Centella. And then it has Houtuunia cordata extract. It's an antioxidant. I'm going to spell it. Houttuynia. Anyway, it's an antioxidant. And it also has, for the vitamin C part of it, that's the Free-C name, it has ascorbic acid, which again is one of the most unstable forms of vitamin C to put into product. I am lucky. I have had this particular sunscreen since the middle of 2020. Never went bad, never turned, never oxidized. But it's also, I think, near the bottom of the ingredient list, so there's probably not enough in it, and that's probably why. But it also has tocopherol, which is an antioxidant as well. Now, this was very much a lotion texture, just as this one is. This one took a little longer to absorb. The issue I had with this one is, number one, even though it has very little vitamin C, sometimes if my skin was having an issue, I found it very irritating to my skin, so I didn't use it consistently. It also has a fragrance. Sometimes fragrance doesn't bother me. Like at night during my skincare routine, I may have a moisturizer that has a fragrance, but I find it very soothing and that doesn't bother me. But when you put a sunscreen and it's the last thing you put on and you just smell it and smell it and smell it and smell it, and you get irritated by fragrance, this probably is not the product for you. I will probably, even though this is a decent sunscreen, I will probably never buy it again because of the fragrance and its potential to irritate my skin. Good if you don't have those issues. It also didn't leave white cast. It's chemical sunscreen. This one kind of did, but I'm so pale. You know, if it has a little bit of a white cast, I'm probably not going to be able to tell. But I have had some that had a significant white cast that even I could tell, and I'm just like, ooh, if you have any melanin, no. But this, decent, but because it's so fragranced, I will not be repurchasing. It's too bad. I really like this company. Okay, now the last one I'm going to get. Now both of these, I believe, right? Made in Korea. Both of these. It's the same company. It's Skin&Lab. Both of these manufactured in Korea. The next one I'm going to go over is one manufactured in Japan. And I bought a really tiny, I guess a trial or a travel size version of this. And I was kicking myself for not buying a bigger sized one. Now I'm going to tell you straight off, it has a fragrance. It's not as bad, but it does have a fragrance, and it also contains alcohol. So if you are sensitive to alcohol, you may want to watch it, but I have sensitive skin. It does not irritate or dry out my skin, and I have super dry skin. So anyway, the one that I'm talking about currently is the Biore UV Athlizm Skin Protect Essence, SPF 50+, PA+++++. I'm going to bring it up there. You can see I just tried to squeeze out every single last bit of sunscreen in that bottle. So it has a whereas with this one, it goes on as a lotion, and as you start to spread it, it kind of is almost like if you ever get a gel moisturizer, it kind of dissolves and kind of does that. This reminds me, its texture is luxurious, it's kind of full, and it reminds me of my Ride or Die before they lied about the SPF, the Purito Green Level Unscented Sunscreen. Now, the filters that this product uses is Uvinol T150. You've got octinoxate, Uvinol A+, and Tenosorb S. Now this glides on, it absorbs quickly to where you can move on to your, if you're wearing makeup, your primer into your foundation. I find that it did not peel with anything that I used. Any moisturizer, any serum did not have an issue with this particular product. Now this one also has some goodies, and it's probably why it works well on skin that's drier, is because it also contains glycerin, which of course skin identical ingredient, moisturizer, humectant, arginine, skin identical ingredient, amino acid, it's a moisturizer, and it also has sodium hyaluronate, moisturizer, humectant, skin identical ingredient. Now, I'm guessing that those, at least the glycerin, was probably put in to counter effect the possible drying nature of the alcohol, and that may be why it doesn't dry out my skin. But this is fantastic. I've also tried the one in the blue, the Aqua Witch, UV, water, I forget. It is also good. I will review it at a later time, but because this was so small, I typed it in with these other three. And I've been trying to use, I've had so many sunscreens open because the ones that I were using, the Purito Green Level, you know, Unscented Sunscreen, the Claire's UV Soft Airy Essence, there were all issues about what was on the package and what was actually being delivered as far as sun protection. So out of the three that I have shown today, you know that this one is definitely the winner. Even though it has a little fragrance, it dissipates extraordinarily quick. It absorbs into the skin, works well with everything. It's more affordable, I think, than the other two that I have shown you. And it doesn't have vitamin C or anything else. It has a lot of moisturizing and hydrating ingredients included in the sunscreen. So as to, I hope, not dry out my skin, which it has not yet. Now, I have a lot more sunscreen to talk about. We're not going to do that today, but have any of you used either three of these, either the Skin&Lab, the Free-C, the Mineral, or the Biore Athlizm? I have no idea how to say that. I apologize. If you have, you know, comment below. Let me know how it went for you. I'd like to know if anyone else with sensitive skin was able to use these, or if they had the same kind of issues I had. But yeah, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. Always hit subscribe. That always helps. Lets me know people are watching. And hit the notification bell if you want to know when I release new videos, new content. But there's nothing really stuck in my craw today, but I do mourn the loss of my Purito Green Level Sunscreen. I really enjoyed it. It worked really well. And I still have 2 bottles of it that I'm just going to use as moisturizer on my body because I took too long and couldn't get a refund for it. So, oh well. But do you all have any suggestions? Maybe for some other sunscreen that I haven't tried. Now, don't even suggest anything with lavender oil. If you all are, no. Lavender oil, no. No. No sunscreen with lavender oil. No. I don't know how many times I have to say I cannot put lavender oil on my face. But yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe. take care of each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye!